Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so today we are unpacking a concept that is absolutely crucial for your bottom line. We're talking about why user experience, or UX, is honestly no longer just some luxury aesthetic. By 2026, it is going to be the most critical revenue-driving strategy for your entire business. In today's hyper-competitive digital landscape, your UX acts as the primary line of communication between your brand and your customers. How a user feels when they're interacting with your site, that can literally make or break your success. So we're going to explore exactly why that is, using data and insights to show you how a seamless user experience is, without a doubt, your most powerful growth driver.
Let's just dive right into this massive number here. According to Forrester Research, for every single dollar you invest in improving your UX, you can see a staggering return of up to $100. I mean, wow, right? That is an incredible return on investment. And the reason behind this is actually pretty simple. Good design is fundamentally based on creating the pathway of least resistance for your customer. So when you remove that friction, every dollar you spend enhancing your webpage turns into direct profit for your business. It really is that straightforward.
Which brings us to Section 1, the digital business reality. Let's look at the main obstacles you're actually facing out there today.
So what's the absolute biggest barrier to your online sales? It's complex checkout procedures. We have literally all been there, right? You're trying to buy something and you just give up and rage quit because you can't find a simple shipping button, or maybe there's no guest checkout option. It's so frustrating. And when your customers face that, they instantly abandon your site and take their hard-earned money somewhere else. But by just smoothing out those basic interactions, you can easily convert casual visitors into paying customers, and you don't have to spend a single extra dime on marketing expenses.
Okay, let's move right along to Section 2, the ROI of good UX, and how this directly boosts your revenue. Think about it like this. When your product or service is easily understood, it naturally streamlines the whole buyer journey and builds long-term loyalty. But more importantly, an intuitive design actually acts as its own help manual. When people don't have to constantly ask for help because your platform is just, simple to use, it completely slashes the volume of support tickets and emails your team is dealing with every single day. And that saves your company from paying massive operational overhead costs just to maintain the customers you already have. It's a huge win-win.
Now, it is a very well-known financial reality that acquiring a brand new customer is way more expensive than keeping an existing one. If a user has a highly positive experience with your app or website, they're obviously going to come back. By creating this kind of habit-forming platform that feels like the absolute most convenient option available, you guarantee that your users won't even think about looking for alternatives. So in a very real way, good UX is essentially your best customer retention tool.
All right. Section 3, meeting modern user expectations. Let's talk about the new standard for digital business. We are looking at a massive paradigm shift here. You aren't just competing with your direct industry competitors anymore, not at all. Your customers are now comparing you to the absolute best digital experiences they have in their entire daily lives. Tech giants like Amazon and Spotify, they have permanently exploded user expectations. Your users now demand that exact same level of lightning-fast speed and complete simplicity from every single digital interaction. And yes, that includes yours. Because of those giants, patience for slow-loading sites or confusing interfaces, it's at an all-time low. If your page takes longer than a few seconds to load, or if the navigation is a mess, users are going to aggressively hit that back button. Technical performance is an absolutely crucial piece of the user experience puzzle. A quick site feels dependable. It feels polished. If your business doesn't deliver on performance and speed, you are effectively telling your users that their time just isn't valuable to you, and that guarantees a massive bounce rate. They will quickly bounce and find a competitor who actually respects their time. Furthermore, think about how people browse today. Users are constantly shape-shifting throughout the day, right? They're jumping from their phones on the morning commute, over to laptops at work, and then maybe onto a tablet on the couch at night. Your business has to provide a totally seamless experience across all of those screen sizes. If your site functions perfectly on a desktop but is broken or unreadable on a mobile phone, you instantly damage your brand's credibility. It's a glaring UX failure, and it tells the modern consumer you just aren't paying attention to their needs. Let's jump over to Section 4, building trust and mitigating your overall operational risk. Your website's design is very often the very first impression a client has of your entire business. And design isn't just about making things look pretty. It is literally the foundation of all digital transactions because it creates visual trust. Think about it. If your site looks like it was built 10 years ago, consumers are naturally going to question whether your back-end security is equally outdated. Investing in a highly professional, modern experience proves to your customer that you actively care about their security and you value their business.
It establishes this really powerful emotional bond that goes way beyond a simple transaction.
When we compare the metrics side by side, the contrast in outcomes is honestly pretty stark. Poor UX traps you in this awful cycle of high abandonment, overloaded help desks, and super wasteful code rewrites. But excellent UX, it flips the script entirely. It turns confused visitors into self-sufficient, happy users. It drives strong retention and fuels highly efficient growth. Excellent UX completely transforms your core business metrics from top to bottom.
So, how do you actually achieve those excellent outcomes? Well, true UX design is not about guessing. Catching errors in the design phase, like before a single line of code is even written, is drastically cheaper than trying to fix a launched product that your users already hate. This method of user-centered research eliminates all that guesswork. It dramatically reduces your overall business risk, putting your business objectives in perfect alignment with what the market actually wants.
Finally, Section 5, your UX strategy and next steps. Let's talk about how to put this into action right now.
The good news here is that the path forward isn't necessarily about some massive million-dollar overhaul right out of the gate. Starting with a basic audit of your existing site or app, you can easily pinpoint those primary friction points. From there, just making minor tweaks to correct common areas of confusion, specifically focusing on improving your navigation and your page speed, can yield massive gains in revenue. And honestly, the most important thing to remember is that great user experience is not just a one-time task you check off a to-do list. It's an achievable, continuous journey of testing, learning, and improving.
I am going to leave you with this final, provocative thought to wrap up our explainer today. Good UX is absolutely no longer a separate, isolated department. It has to be the very soul of your successful business plan. In today's incredibly crowded digital marketplace, investing in user experience at the absolute core of your operations is the only guaranteed way to stand out, build trust, and succeed long-term. So take a hard look at your digital presence today and ask yourself honestly, is your UX driving your business forward, or are you silently telling your customers that their time simply isn't valuable?